All right, welcome back. Let's get into some trending topics now and find out what our first one is. So, top of the list, EFF versus AfriForum. And yeah, so that was a real day. I mean, I must say, just to watch Julius Malema out there talking with regards to some of his, childhood memories, some of the feelings that he has when it comes to racism in South Africa, and, his views on the struggle song and what it was like and all of this kind of stuff. It was a very interesting day yesterday in court. So, yeah, that was what was going on between the EFF and Julius Malema, and that's a massive talking point that is out there dominating today.
And it's resurrected a certain conversation about South Africa and, again, this democracy that we enjoy. How far have we come as a nation? Some would even argue, whether we do have a nation in this country or not. But all of these questions brought to the fore once again, Leanne. And Julius Malema seemed to be having the time of his life on that stand, really relishing the opportunity to basically educate as he went along, and also just put across his point of view on struggle songs. The line of questioning was interesting and sometimes also
a bit personal.
Yeah.
I'll add that line in. I've said it before, and I think we can all attest to this. Julius Malema is probably one of the best orators in this country. You've got to know your stuff. You have to be on top of your toes if you're going to quiz Julius Malema about anything, whatever it may be. And, I think he really spoke well. And some of the things that, sometimes if people just listen, put your prejudices aside and actually listen to what Julius was saying, a lot of the stories. I was just listening to a lot of the sound clips that people were posting on social media. And, you've got to, and especially, and I say it as a white person, listen to it. Just stop for a second and listen. That's all we're saying. Don't just have your prejudices and think of your way. Just listen to the lived experiences of so many people in the stories that Julius was telling. And perhaps maybe you'll have a very different outlook on life. That's all I have to say about that. But it is. I just think some of the stories he was saying yesterday, they hit me quite deeply.
It's about people's lived experiences.
Yeah.
Julius went on to relate a story about his mother and how the then apartheid police barged into his home. His mother was asleep, and how they basically just pulled the covers off her, and she obviously wasn't appropriately dressed. And obviously the point he was making there was about trauma, and how it seems as though black people's trauma isn't necessarily recognized for what it is. For you to have had a very traumatic experience that's recognized, it seems to almost be the preserve of white people.
Yeah.
So there were some very interesting points that came out of it.
Very much so. And again, I just urge, just listen and understand. That's all, and nothing more and nothing less. All right, we could sit on that for another 4 minutes, but I'm already getting a countdown in my ear. We have to move on. Santan City. All right, Santan, you owe a lot of money. A lot of money in municipal bills. You really do. And now this is not, people are not happy about this at all. So Santan City is one of the culprits for not paying municipal bills. And I think their municipal bill was sitting at about 143 million rand. And they're being threatened to be cut off. And people are saying, why are you threatening? Cut them off. You cut other people off. Why are you not cutting Santan City off?
143 million? Are still waiting?
Yeah.
You don't pay 1 month. They said you're pre-termination notice.
Yeah.
Why are they waiting?
I don't know what they're waiting for. And then of course a conversation will come up as well, saying, in Soweto people don't pay, you switch them off. Anybody doesn't pay, you switch them off. But then you go into like the likes of a Liberty and a Santan City, and how many chances can they get? Well, 143 million chances. That's how many chances they've gotten. So yeah, let's see what happens there. So a lot of people weighing in on that conversation. Next one. Prince.
Well, Prince Mashele. And we tried to get to the bottom of where this one actually started. But it seems as though Tito Mbowene's tweet is the genesis of the discussion around Prince Mashele. And I'm just trying to find that Tito tweet. And this is what the former finance minister, Tito Mboweni, had to say, which then, of course, basically sparked the whole conversation around around Prince Mashele. Just trying to find that tweet quickly, and here it is. So Tito Mboweni said, I find Prince Mashele's attack of President Ramaphosa distasteful, arrogant, unbecoming, uncouth, below par, uncivilized, backward, disrespectful, unwarranted, disdainful, and of the lowest common multiplier. Yes.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure out what the comments are. I don't know. I mean, and then subsequently a lot of videos have been posted of previous interviews that Prince Mashele has done and what he's spoken, and he's been, as we said, quite consistent in his analysis of the president. So I'm not sure which one he's referring to, but I think that's what got...
Oh, the Twitterati had a field day engaging on that.
Yeah, they did. All right, we've got to leave it there. We've got... just a quick one, a correction on the amount of money that they're saying that City Power
owes.
Yeah, it's 158 million, not 48 million. So we just had a look at the press release coming there from City Power. But of course, Santan are denying that. So anyway, but we'll leave it to them to fight that one out. Let's take a break. And no, we've got a question for you. So before we take that break, here's the question we're asking you this morning.
Indeed. Our question this morning is, what is your take on AfriForum wanting the court to declare the struggle song to Willie Punu as hate speech? And I see those responses already coming in thick and fast at Morning Live SABC if you haven't done so already, and we'll share as many of those as we can.